Welcome to Briefly Everything, where we track history's highlights year by year as we slowly move towards current day. And do you remember how in the first video in this very ambitious series of the brief history of the entire world covered more than 114 billion years? That was the first video, and now as we move closer to modern day, we just want more and more details. So in this video, we're actually just going to cover 20 years. From the Acropolis in Athens, to the Irish version of the Olympic Games, to the founding of the Chaldean Empire, to the first written code of law. There's a lot to unpack today, so let's commence the unraveling of history. Let's set off today, 640 BCE, around Greece, here, as we also get to witness the foundation of the Acropolis of Athens, an ancient citadel located on a rocky outcrop above Athens. The Acropolis is renowned for its historical, architectural, and cultural significance. Most of what we now consider Acropolis was constructed during this time under Pericles' lead. The Parthenon is the most famous structure here. It was dedicated to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare. She was also Zeus' daughter and Hercules' half-sister. The Acropolis has served various roles, including a royal residence, a mythical home of gods, and a religious center. Clearly, the architecture is stunning all over here, and knowing about the Acropolis is essential as it symbolizes much of the achievements of the ancient Greece times. The very word polis, from words like metropolis or police or politics, simply means city. Acropolis then literally meaning high city. Moving 8 years down our incredibly straight timeline, and while we haven't discussed it yet, most places of the world are already populated by now. We just haven't mentioned them yet, because they haven't done anything to deserve a mention in my own history book. However, while the Irish people usually enter the records 1,000 years from now, the people who lived there during this time started the Tailteann Games in 632 BCE, which was similar to the Olympic Games. More detailed facts about these events are hard to come by, but some sources even claiming that these games started as far back as of 1600 BCE, making it 1,000 years earlier than what I've written here. This would make it even older than the Olympic Games. And the Irish here kept at it until 1171 CE, making it for almost 1800 years. Then it got a short revival in 1924, but died off quickly thereafter. The games are similar to the Olympic Games and include games like long jump, high jump, running, contests in, listen to this, sword fighting, archery, and chariot racing, and many, many more. They actually even included competitions in singing, dancing, and storytelling. Moving another 6 years down the timeline here, and the next empire didn't even last for 100 years. In the previous video, the Babylonian Empire was pretty much flattened by the Neo-Assyrians, and now an influential man called Nabopolassar led a revolt against the Neo-Assyrian Empire and gave birth to the Neo-Babylonian Empire. This empire, also known as the Chaldean Empire, they really just wanted its Babylonia back, but their reconquering also led to the Neo-Assyrian Empire slowly losing its foothold, and this is one of the key factors to what will later on be the downfall of Assyria. On a legal and somewhat linguistic note, in 620 BCE, Greece, or more specifically Athens, had a ruler called Draco. He composed Athens' first written code of law, called Draco's Code, which was a series of very harsh laws. For instance, any debtor whose status was lower than that of his creditor was forced into slavery, and stealing a cabbage was punishable by, you guessed it, death. But arguably the most important heritage that Draco left behind is the English word draconian, which today just means harsh. Perhaps this is even where our Canadian artist got his name, Draconian Drake. Yeah, it's worth a try at least. And that is a wrap on 20 very eventful years in history. From the ancient sportsmanship of the Tailteann Games to the dramatic rise of the Chaldean Empire, we also got to witness the harsh laws of Draco in Athens, and what the very word draconian actually comes from. Thank you so very much for watching, and remember to tune in next time as we continue unraveling history's rich tapestry, one epic story at a time.